gentlemen, brought to you by WHRD Radio, welcome to the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm excited. We got a good show for you set up, even though it's late. We did a little bit later of a show. We're running a little bit shorter than usual tonight, but it's still a good show. Tonight with me, I got Vito over there.
What's up, everybody?
In the back, I got Ikester.
I'm right here.
And as a special guest, filling Kempton's seat and kind of the purpose of the show tonight, Grim Sparkle is joining us as well. Grim.
Hey, everybody.
So I know we've been kind of blowing up the channel lately. Everyone is wondering, we have some sort of interesting show tonight. Vita's kind of lined this up, so it's kind of his gig. So I'm just kind of... Vita, what do we have in store for them tonight?
Well, Grim is reading his IWC origin story, which is the comic book, the children's book for anybody who has bought it. If you haven't, take a look at Grim's website. Maybe Grim can share a link in our channel here.
Sure, I'll pull that up.
Basically, what we did is we had Grim do a reading of this, and we just added some sound effects. I don't want to spoil too much other than we're excited to play this to everybody. We think it's pretty cool.
So, as everyone, I hope people have read the comic book. If not, you guys should. I mean, the origin story. It is available in hard copy. It is also available to be read online, correct, Grim?
That is correct.
I took a read of it. It flows really nice. It's the origin story of Iron Wolf Clan. You gotta love it. So, other than, Rallies and Lulu telling you what the origin of Iron Wolf Clan was, I've always wanted to ask you, what was your motivation? Like, what made you want to write this?
Well, I was actually approached by Goldana and Rallies. They, right about the time that the comic book was finishing up, she passed along about a 2-paragraph story of the character's origin. And I was inspired. Basically, it was kind of maybe you could make some sort of a children's book with it. And it was about that time that they discovered that they were going to be having a child. And so I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity. So it was basically the fact that they were going to have an extension of their family. And it was a good time to sit back and take stock in, well, where did this all start from? And this is a season about being thankful and about origins, about how things start. So it seemed pretty appropriate.
Cool. Come on, guys. Don't let me be the only ones that ask questions here tonight. Ike, Vita.
I got nothing.
Well, I think that we should play it and then talk about it.
That sounds good. Grim, you just want to roll it and let everybody take a listen?
Yeah, we could do that, sure.
All right, well, Vita's got the audio. Here it is, guys. This is the self-reading by Grim Sparkle of the IWC Origin Stories.
Welcome, weary traveler. Warm yourself by the fire. These Wintervale nights can chill even the hardiest warrior, even an Iron Wolf, to the bone. The Iron Wolves? You've not heard of the Iron Wolf clan? Sit here, friend. The fire may warm your feet, but allow me to warm both ear and heart with how the Iron Wolf clan came to be, what it means to be Horde, to be an orc.
What is an orc? Many years ago, there was a little village of orcs. What is an orc? An orc is a person some think are rough, some green, others brown, mostly in between, but always tough. In the village, children were playing. The oldest was Goshash. Call me Gosh, he was fond of saying. Next was Etzaga. Ada, she will request. and last was Mock Randall, or Ran, whichever's best. Ada has a red balloon. Gosh grabbed it from her with a foom. Ran said, "Hey, she's playing with it." Gosh shouted, "Loktar Ogar," as she had a fit. "I took that balloon all by myself. I am strong. I don't need help." But Ada was not finished yet. She fretted and fumed despite Gosh's threat. Orcs don't back down when patience wears thin, and with a snort and a huff she wrestled to win. She left Gosh with a bloody nose, and poor Ran with dirtied clothes. "Gosh, why did you do that? It wasn't very nice." "I'm not speaking to you," said Ada. "You will pay the price." Gosh looked at Ran, who couldn't decide to help him up or beat his green hide. Now the wise shaman Lone Gosh saw all of it, the entire kerfuffle. All that noise caused him to wonder, where was the battle? With his wrap round his shoulders, his staff near his chair, he called the three children with the greatest of care. "Gosh, Ran, and Atta, my dears, come pat your dry blood, come wipe off those tears. Now, Gosh, why this fury, why make Atta so mad?" Gosh said, "Strength got me my prize, victory I did win." "But," Lone Gosh said, "just look at your chin. You're bloody and scarred, of that you can be proud. Where are your friends that you've befouled?" "Who needs friends when I have strength?" Gosh proudly proclaimed. Ada turned red and said, "Keep it up and you'll be sprained." Ran threw his hands up. "Why can't you be friends? You bicker and snicker till any truce bends." Now Lon Gosh said, "Gosh, Atta, and Ran, I'll tell you the tale of the Iron Wolf clan. Young Gosh, you could learn a thing from the tale of the wolves, about the value of friendship, working together it proves. But mind my story and I'll sweeten the deal. With Blackrock brownies round the fire," they squealed. So as they baked, the shaman read from a scroll and began his tale. "In the beginning, we were slaves, locked in camps, and few were brave. Those who were not scattered to the wind scratched out what they could until they were thin. Thrall, son of Duratan, and Draka came. They saw the hardship we endured and fought to free us from slavery, waking up the sleeping hearts of orcs which grew bored. They freed us from the chains within of hopelessness and lack of vision, to unite our clans, all who answered the call, by Grommash, Orgrim, and Thrall. Grom came to a village and watched as their hunt began. They rode wolves clad with metal, the Iron Wolf clan. Their mail complete, their barding a glitter, with mounts swift and furious across the plain they'd skitter. Though their numbers were small, their courage was fierce. On the fields of battle their foes they would pierce. As Grom, Orgrim, and Thrall explained, one of the elder shamans explained, "A vision! A young orc, restoring at last the honor we once had as it was in times past. My vision today it has come true, hearing Grom and Orgrim and you." He turned to the leaders and said with a smile, "Stand by these three, regardless of trial." So they began to gather, and as the clans did come, that Grom's eye fell upon Eisen, the daughter of Crom, chieftain of the Iron Wolves. For her his heart did long. For Grom had been lonely, bitterness filled, from the loss of his mate whom death had since stilled. So Eisen and Grom took comfort and peace in each other's company, and their love did increase. The time had come to gather the clans, ready to set off for their new lands. But humans felt orcs were less than themselves, less than a dwarf, and far worse than elves. They would never let their orc pets leave in peace. To them, orcs were slaves whom they'd never release. So some had to stay to be left behind in order the rest a new life could find. But who could decide, and how would they pick? Who would live and die by the choice of a stick? Then Crom looked at Thrall, his eyes grey like steel, saying, "Iron Wolf will remain and fight," that the others they could conceal. Eisen shouted, "Father!" but Crom covered her lips. His fingers drifted down to unborn child above her hips. With tender-teared eyes he looked at her and said, "You, Eisen, now lead the Iron Wolves, cross with them over the riverbed. When the elder shaman spoke before his vision this day would come, we fight to secure our future, take mothers, elders, and little ones. Our clan's story is not yet done." Crom looked at Grommash in the eye and nodded him his head. Grommash blinked, returning the gesture, and not a word was said. That silent honor, sacred vow, a promise not undone, to care for unborn grandchild, Grommash's little one. Crom gathered the strongest orcs remaining in Ironwolf clan. "A glorious death awaits us, protecting family with all we are." Unshaken, they smiled and shouted as one, "We're with you, Loktar Ogar!" The clans assembled as though they were one, to set across the waters their chains undone. The humans, their alliance with anger burning and mouths agape, purposed that a single orc shall not escape. The Iron Wolves marched out in the moonlight, their mounts' armor a-glitter, while Thrall and the orcs stole away in boats riding down river. They set sail, and the land faded into the night, journeying to their new home with futures so bright. Many moons had passed traveling o'er the waves, till a great storm tossed their little fleet into a daze. Lightning crackled, waves crashed, rain pelted, until at last they found safe harbor on sandy shores, inhabited by trolls who welcomed them in from the heavy downpours. "My home be your home," said Sen'jin the wise, "who gain favor and thanks in all of their eyes. Kindness and mercy are honor, you see. 'Tis not weakness, but greatness when used justly." The storm rattled on, and Eisen's time had come nigh. She gave birth a little girl, gazing out at the savannah. Eisen held her new daughter and said, "Welcome home, my Guldana." She carried her forth to the elders by the fire. Grom held back his joy, his love's desire. Gently, firmly, he took her in hand, raising her to the stars above this new land. "Guldana, daughter of Grom, son of Golmash you will be. Let heavens and the earth be witness, avenging your father, slaying my sorrow and loneliness. Let the elders and shamans say what will be, and every blessing they speak may you see." With that, he handed her to the elders' review. Several prayed, others chanted, and spoke but few. "Fire she has, feisty is she, a strong warrior's heart, yet warm and soothing as hearth ought to be. Air is dominant, plain it is to see, strength in words and of spirit, great wisdom with subtlety, like inspiration on a quiet breeze.
Cunning like water, raging with passion, a student of strategy will be her fashion. Like the storm that announced her and retreated from her presence, so her house will strike terror to those who commit offenses.
Her heart is like the earth, hardened at times, but beneath the surface tender soils sublime. To nurture, to grow, and protect those she cares. Like the rich fields of harvest, for many she will bear."
Finally, a young shaman barely of age, spoke by the spirits, and even the Loa, it is said.
Yet one more element dare that I see, the element of spirit and great blessing be. Protector, helper, warrior, friend, to guard us all and secure a safe end. A seal to bring honor on all our clan's heads. Ancestors watch over her, your wisdom entail. First light, first life, in this new land prevail.
As Lungosh concluded his tale, Gosh brooded in thought. So Crown and the Iron Wolves didn't live? Their glory and honor was in what they give? Victory in battle were means to an end? Lungosh smiled.
The greatest victories are shared with your friends, and greater honor than simply winning.
Gosh blinked and pleaded. But their story, what else? Is that the end? Lone Gosh looked and sighed and smiled.
It's only the beginning.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know about you, but I'm blown away.
Yeah, adding the audio in there is amazing.
Vita, you did an amazing job selecting the music and the nuances behind it to bring it depth. I'm having trouble speaking because I'm kind of choked up right now.
While you're being choked up, Grim, let me understand what you said when you were introducing this, because I don't know if I heard this right. Did you say that you were given 2 paragraphs on how the Iron Wolf clan started, and you created this children's book from that?
That's correct. It was a story written out in about 2 paragraphs, and then I decided, well, most children's books are in verse; they rhyme. So I took all the elements of the story and essentially brought it into a rhyme, and then put an intro of, okay, well, that's the story and that's where the scroll begins, but how does this even start? How does the story begin? And so I factored in and created a bridge to the comic book, which is Lone Gosh the shaman and 3 children who were having a dispute, and that kind of ushers us into the tale.
You know, as we're talking, I'm just looking at the comic book, and it's just, I mean, it really is amazing. I mean, outside of the audio that we just listened to, I mean, there's a visual side to this. So if you haven't seen it, again, you can, I think we said you can see it for free in the online version. That's or right. You can purchase the book, but you got to go over and see it now that you've heard the story.
And then am I under the understanding that we might place this up on the audio up on YouTube as well for listening?
I think you should, simply because it is a Wolf's Paradise production. I mean, you guys labored on this. It's on the show, and I've actually linked Wolf's Paradise's YouTube channel on my Twitter feed, so anybody that has an interest can go there and see not just that, but all of the works that you guys do.
So yeah, definitely keep watch for that then, because we will put it up there. We will have it available for you guys to look at yourselves or listen to whenever you're feeling down. I know that book, something like that's just wound to cheer somebody up. And I'm sitting here going, well, I can't wait for it's the Wonderworks, right? That's the next installment? That's
right, the Wonderworks. And a little news tidbit, yesterday evening, I was on Wormrest Accord with Forbidra, who is the guild master of Gnomergan Forever. It's one of the largest all-gnome guilds in the community. And they met with me, and they are agreed to let me write in characters from their stories. So I have not only the guild master, but about 8 or 9 of her senior members who have said, yeah, we want to be a part of this.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see Wonderworks. I still think that I wish that there was a way that we could actually create that raid.
You know, I'm hoping that somebody at Blizzard goes, amusement park, huh? Gnomes, goblins? We ought to do something like that. That should. One comment that I had was about maybe something can be done in Dark Moon Island to have a raid. And it's like, Yeah, make it happen. But
Next thing you know, we're going to have an expansion for World of Warcraft that follows the story of the Iron Wolf clan.
one can hope. One can hope that we get some references of the clan and a deeper meaning in it. Also, Taron Gregory, who is the Blizzard cinematic director, he's in charge of any in-game cinematic movies that you see, like when Ysera was struck down in Legion.
That made me sad.
His team is behind all that, so he's a big storyteller. I passed part of the link to the sound, the opening with Longosh to him, just to see what he thought, if that was a great teaser. And I'm going to pass the link once we have it up on the web to him, because I want him to see this. I want him to comment on what everybody at Iron Wolf is doing.
Oh boy. Well, we're in for a fun ride, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so we'll get this up on YouTube soon, and I do encourage everyone to check out our YouTube page, because the sound quality when you get it closer to its native format is just better. I think that what we just listened to sounded great, but when you listen to the original MP3 file in your headphones, it really just sounds fantastic. I mean, you just catch the little nuances that we lose a little bit of the detail when we play it through Discord.
Remember, guys, the links are in the WHRD radio chat for the book, for if you wish to order it for yourself. I'm going to order one as soon as I can. I would love to be able to read this to my kid, and maybe even a future kid if that were to ever happen. Then now I have an excuse. This is why I'm at my computer all the time, hun, because of this.
Yeah, I just have to say, I hope we get more of this, because I really like listening to Grim read these stories. I mean, we've always said that he's got a great voice to listen to, but it's just, it made my job really easy. I'm just glad I was able to bring a little bit of life to the story that I could contribute.
I especially like it when Grim summons his inner goblin. It's always nice.
That's really a different kind of Christmas tale.
Steamy romance.
He wants you to read, yeah. We'll have him read the steamy romance novels. You would, Anus, you would. I'm just going to call him Anus from now on.
Is that a thing? Are there WoW romance novels?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
They are steamy.
I know that my daughter, I read it to her when I did the first unboxing. She's 6, and she pretty much claimed the book as her own. She says, "Where's my orc book?"
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's little segment that we had for y'all tonight. The reading of the book was amazing. The audio of the book was amazing. I hope we can work on getting it into more of a visual format on YouTube here soon. Make sure you pay attention for that on our YouTube channel, which is Wolf's Paradise Productions at YouTube. And pay attention. But as you know, we usually only run till 8 o'clock. Tonight we're doing a shorter show. We just wanted to sit down and talk with Grim. And unless Grim, do you have anything else you'd like to say on the matter? Anything about Wonderworks, the book, anything else?
No, I mean, I just, again, am truly appreciative of all you guys at Wolf's Paradise for being able to turn on a dime and be able to help me produce this. This is somewhat reminiscent of the old radio dramas where people would sit together as families, as friends. They would listen to stories together and enjoy them. And what better time at this time of the holidays to come together about who we are as a guild? So again, thank you guys. I really appreciate all your help.
Oh yeah, the old radio novels where you'd have the one guy sitting there with the microphone and you'd have the other like 3 people in the background with all these different little devices and stuff, reading it live, making the sound effects. Those were the shit, man. I loved listening to those. But
yeah, I if I had my music bot working properly, I would have to play that applause for you, Grim. And unfortunately, I am doing push to talk, so I can't even clap.
That's fine. Nice.
Smacked my arm with a push to talk. That works. All right, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening again tonight. Next 2 weeks, the show will not be on. There will either be a recording if we do it or not, but obviously Christmas Day is our next show scheduled date, and New Year's Day. I'm going to be too hungover to come on New Year's Day. Plus, I'm driving to Florida that night. So after the next 2 weeks, I don't even. I'm just gonna say it because so it's up in the air. I don't know if I'm going to have access to internet while I'm in Florida for 3 months. Hopefully, I don't have to disappear for 3 months. I'm hoping I can make sure I can get on here at least for the show, at least get myself in Discord. But I don't know yet. I'm still talking things over with the guy I'm working with down in Florida. I really, really hope I don't have to disappear for 3 months, especially after I just started getting active into the game. But I'm glad you guys could be here. Everyone have a good night. That's going to be it for the show, and everybody say bye.
Good night, Gracie.
Night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Be careful of what you say. Be careful in every way. Be careful of what you do. Big Brother is watching you. Be circumspect and discreet. Stay light on your mental feet. One slip and you know you're through. Big Brother is watching you. Conform with all directives. Remember, obedience pays. And when you watch that TV screen, remember it works both ways. You'll disappear in a wink unless you can double think. You'll vanish into the blue. Big Brother is watching you.
This is WHRD Radio for the Horde. Because Alliance sucks, am I right?
Boys and girls, thank you for coming out to a very special WHRD and Wolf's Paradise Productions event. Kind of short tonight, but we planned it that way. Thanks for listening to the reading. Grimsparkle put a lot of time into that, so did Vita, so did everybody on the team there. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. The lights are coming up here at the arena. Go ahead and grab yourself some refreshments on the way out there at the foyer. And we will see you after the New Year's here on WHR.
I just got a message from the goblins working up at the front counter. The carbonation machine actually exploded, so I wouldn't go anywhere near the refreshment kiosk this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Well, what about the counter? Are we still selling milk duds and coffee and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, sure. Just try not to slip. It's kind of wet over there.
All right, yeah. So watch your step on your way out there at the foyer, but you can still get refreshments, just not a soda or a carbonated drink.